North Island Powell River.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for her speech. And I know that I talk a lot in this place about having a bar of dignity, that no one falls beneath in this country. And I think what we're seeing across the board is a lot of folks that are falling below that bar of dignity. And persons with disabilities have been very clear. And I have to say that I appreciate their advocacy, and I'm really sad that they have to fight so hard just to be treated with proper human decency and respect. We know for a fact that even though I will support this bill and have done everything I can along with my colleagues to make sure that this gets through, that it will still take about a year until the benefit is even out the door to people living with disabilities. And I've talked to folks in my communities that are living with disabilities who are living in housing where they don't even have a stove or anything, so trying to find a way to feed themselves with a tiny fridge. They can't do things because it's a lot of work for them and their mobility issues. I'm just wondering if this member could talk about how important it is that this government work hard to make sure that there is no clawbacks from territorial or provincial governments.
The honourable member for Kelowna Lake Country.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for her question, and absolutely, it has to be a priority. It's something that we talked about a lot at committee, and it absolutely has to be a priority to consider that that individuals don't have clawbacks. I also just want to mention that and I see the colleague here that is on our committee from the NDP, and it was Conservatives and other opposition members that were making sure that even though at committee we wanted to move things along, that we did have enough time to hear from people. And it was really important for all of us to make sure, because we knew that there were a lot of individuals, a lot of groups that wanted to testify, that wanted to bring in written submissions. We wanted to make sure that what we were receiving, that it was inclusive, and that we had enough time, and we had hundreds. We heard from hundreds of organizations and people, and I just want everyone to know that you were heard. You know, I myself personally read every single one of the written submissions that came in, and that was definitely part of the consideration for where our comments came from.